What's going on, everybody? I'm Coach Go. Welcome to Sports Cards Pro. Today, we are going to be diving into the hottest sports cards over the course of the last 7 days. I'm excited to get right into it. First off, what we're going to have to do is jump onto the Sports Cards Pro app. Okay, we've got this beauty in front of us. We are going to go into the tools feature and we're going to go over to sales volume data. Now, I will mention that this is a premium feature. However, just for subscribing, just for watching this video, just for hitting that notification bell, you are going to get this information absolutely for free. So let's jump into it right now. All right, we are on basketball and we have Michael Jordan dominating the list as per usual. He's at number 1 and 2 and 4. However, we have Paulo Banchero making the list. Mr. Rookie of the Year. This was just announced the other day. This is his Prism rookie card, number 249. And we are going to go ahead and check out the prices here. So ungraded copies are going for about $15.75. 1 second here. $15.75. PSA 10 copies. Like, again, I can't believe that a PSA 10 has already been graded of this card, but it has. And it has sold for $138.95. A 9.5 is sold for about $95. A 9.50 and an 8 is, actually more than an ungraded. So that's pretty interesting. Usually you see ungraded and like 8s pretty much at par. Sometimes even 9s and ungraded at par. So what I want to say about this is the volume is up on this card because he just won Rookie of the Year. Many were anticipating him winning a Rookie of the Year, and that's probably why you see that 7-day volume where it's at. Anytime there's some sort of accolades added to a player's resume, you're going to see a bump up in volume, and that's usually a bump up in price associated with it as well. So Paulo Banchero cracks our list. All right, we are on to baseball now. We have Ken Griffey, we have Adley, who we featured before, but we have Luis Robert on this list for the first time. Now, Luis Robert has been on an absolute heater lately. Guys hitting bombs. He just snagged a home run off of Matt Chapman a few days back at the Rogers Center. As a Blue Jays fan, I saw this firsthand, not at the game, but at least watching it. His ungraded copy back in 2021 was going for about $27.50. As you can see, they have tapered off considerably. You're at about $1.37. PSA 10 copies are about $10. This is definitely one of those cards that you should not, under any circumstances, grade. There are so many of them that have been graded. Luis Robert was the top prospect, or one of the top prospects, most anticipated prospects heading into the MLB during the 2021 season, if I'm not mistaken. And he's kind of been injured. So that volume is probably due to the fact that he's actually playing quite well right now and healthy. We next have football on the list, and our usual suspects dominate this list. I would not be surprised to see either Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers on this list in the not so distant future. Just yesterday, we got an announcement that Aaron Rodgers had been traded from the Packers to the Jets, which is probably going to result in Jordan Love taking over the starting position at QB for the Packers. Stuff like that, headlines like that usually result in an increase in volume. As I just mentioned, whenever a player is being talked about in mainstream media, it usually results in an upgrade in volume. So we're going to look out for that next video, but I'm almost willing to put money on it. We are hitting up Trevor Lawrence's optic on this list. Ungraded copies initially when they first came out were going for about $26. And then we had it dip down and then a little bump up at $13 mark in February. I believe they were still in the playoffs at this point. And then during the offseason, they were at about 12. So it's still up if you were to buy down here at the $4 mark back in November, December, when the Jags weren't playing so well. PSA 10 copies are going for about $136. 9.5s are going for about $64. Not really worth it to get the 9.5. PSA 10, it's better off just buying it, in my opinion. Next, we have hockey. I wonder what's in store for hockey. We've got Owen Power, number 1, Matt Boldy, Matty Beniers, Cole Caulfield, and then we have Mr. Wayne Gretzky's 1984 O-Pee-Chee. Very cool. We've also got some 2022 Young Guns on this list, but we won't get into that. We'll probably wait for another video for that. We're going to go into the Wayne Gretzky because I think this is really cool. Anytime I see vintage on this list, I think, what sparked this? What sparked a massive increase in volume in a card that is 30 years old? I mean, I don't have the answer to that question today, but it would be interesting to figure that out. Specifically this card, 1984 O-Pee-Chee. It's gorgeous looking card, as you can see over here. Ungraded copies back in September were going for about $10. They've kind of tapered off a little bit. They're down to $4. PSA 10s, I mean, although only one of them has sold this year, it sold for $340. So, I mean, perhaps people see that sale and are all of a sudden now buying up nice copies and attempting to grade these things and hoping for that 10. Because you definitely don't want the 9, $57. I mean, depending on the cost to grade, you might actually still be profitable here. Next on this list, we have soccer. And number 1, nice. Number 2 on this list is Julian Alvarez. This is his 2022 Panini Prism World Cup card with a volume of 12. We're going to jump into that card so you can see what it looks like. This is his rookie card. This player was one of the players of the tournament for Argentina. He's also playing currently for Man City, who has advanced in the Champions League. They're currently about to play Real Madrid. There's a big match today against Arsenal. I mean, as Man City continues to be a focal point for some big tournaments, like I said before, news creates buzz. Buzz automatically translates to the players and the players' cards. So this is a fairly new card as well. It came out about a year ago. PSA 10 copies are going for about $40, so it's not worth it to grade one yourself, in my opinion. Ungraded copies have actually increased since release, which you don't see very often. And they're right around the $2.80 mark after kind of topping out around $5 in February. Next up on this list, we've got UFC. We got the blaster box atop this list. Every single week, I hope that we can get like an actual player or a fighter to top this list. I'm waiting for that day. We got a blaster box on top of this list. That's okay. We do have, however, Joe Rogan with 4 sales. That's pretty cool. Joe Rogan's 2009 Topps UFC card. Ungraded copies are going for about $200, and I lied. They were going for $209 at one point. They're about, that's not far off, $264 right now. So still quite expensive for the ungraded copies. A 9 is $410. 9.5 is $488. PSA 10's almost $1,000. So I mean, this is a card that if you manage to find in like a dollar box for whatever reason, or you happen to see at a show for, $50 or $100, I mean, this could be a very profitable venture for you. So keep an eye out for this card in the wild, and you might actually hit it big with this one. Next on this list, we have wrestling. We've got Hulk Hogan's number one on this list. Number 2 on this list at 8 as well. We have Hulk Hogan's number 16. This is a gorgeous card. I love the white borders, but the white borders make it next to impossible to gem. And that's why there's only been one sale this year, and it was for $2,162. The BGS 9.5 or the 9.5 grade in general, $589. Even the 9s, $525. An 8, $100. This is a card, a 7, $63. If this is a card, if you find, I mean, as long as it's in fairly good shape, you could be profitable with a 7. So if grading to increase the value of your cards is something that you do, and you want to kind of get some arbitrage there, this is another card that you might want to target, and that's probably why people are buying ungraded copies for $17 right now, team. I hope all of you enjoyed listening in on what the most popular sports cards being sold this week were. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, share this video with a friend, hit that notification bell, do all the things. Why would you want to miss out on free information, some insight into what's going on in the sports card market, and an app that is free? Team, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Coach Co and Sports Card Pro are out of here. Peace.